Hello, this is Mr. Rogers. I wanted to take a moment to describe how lichess is a great site for students to practice, play, and it allows me to go through their games and see how well they're doing and offer them tips and advice. Plus, this tool gives them a way to adjudicate themselves, so it's really nice. I'm going to go in as an administrator and see how things work. And at the top here gives you a great menu. I'm going into my teams. And so my team is the Chess Cats. We have quite a few players, lower school and middle. So it's really nice to have that. And when they're online and logged in, you will see their name light up with the green dot. So when we have our lower school team, which is almost 27 students, this whole board is lit up. And then they can come in and challenge each other by holding their cursor over. And you'll see at the bottom they can challenge whoever is available. They can also watch each other's games, so they can be observers. And it's really a great way for students to interact with this amazing sport. So going into a particular game, this is one of my middle school students. What I like about the middle school students, any of these, is that it gives you an activity report, lets me know what this child has done, and gives me the date when they did it. So it's just amazing. It lets me to see that Finley here has gone in and done some practice on pins, on the forks, and those are over here in the Learn. When you go to practice, you'll see it gives you all sorts of lessons, the number of lessons there. And they can go through and practice tactics, strategies, end games. It's just amazing. I love it, and I think if a child really loves this sport, they can dig in deep. Another great feature is, let's just go into one of his games. So it records every one of their games, and if you I've been doing this a long time, and when you watch them on the board, it's you can do that, but you really can't get deep into the game. Whereas this records everything, so it's nice for me to come in and take this game, click on it, open it up, and then I can run back through the game play for play. And I can just go forward and backward and see all the patterns, the lines, whether the students are really kind of following some of the basic, standard strategies of chess, and to see any sort of interesting developments in the game. At the bottom, any child can do this too, is they can request a computer analysis. So we're going to get an analysis of this game. It takes about 30 seconds for the generator to compare the moves in this game to thousands of other games that have been played since the beginning of chess, and then compare and give us some basic statistics when we're finished. It's an amazing site that's free that gives us all of these features. Now, while we're waiting for the graph to build at the bottom, and I'll explain that in a minute, you can come up here, and this, I think, was a game between Finley and Tate. You can come and watch any of these moves that are white. In the white area means that was a good move. It was, nothing problems there. But here, you'll see when you have the question mark and exclamation mark, well, that's kind of a dubious move. That could have been played a little bit better, and that was this piece here. So bringing that second pawn up may not have been the best move. And, of course, Stockfish, which is the engine that does this, suggests what would have been a better move for the student. So the child can come in and run the better move, and that would have been to just simply take that piece. That would have been a stronger thing. And then it runs the whole course to show you the results of that, bringing that queen out the back. And we definitely want to get her exposed so the other player can develop more. And pushing that player back. So this is really a nice opening, but that's what we call a variation on the run. So that's cool. There's a dubious move. And so the student can come in through here and look at their adjudication. They can see where they made some mistakes. It's going to tell them where there's blunders. There was quite a few blunders in this game. So it's important for the child to go through and say, oh, I can do this better. And it provides all the possibilities for the child to look at. What I also like down here on the bottom is this interactive graph. So you can see, and as I go through that, I can click on the graph and go to that part of the game. So when you see the graph in the white on this side, that means white has an advantage during this part of the game, which is in the opening and in start of the middle game. And then black started to get an advantage. So it's not bad and balanced, the game. And it shows you where there was some big mistakes made. Here's a blunder, and then white gets some takes back a little bit of traction, and then white takes over the end, and then at the very end we can go there and see how that game wrapped up with a mate. So I really like the ability to do that. And also the students can turn on this at the bottom. It's called Learn from Your Mistakes. So clicking on that, it'll run you through step by step what one's which and which move could have been better. So, and then it gives you the solution, and it even asks you to make the move for you. So that's a really neat site to work with. Coming back out. I think that's basically the basics of lichess. If you have any questions about this site, please let me know. And please go through these games with your children. It's a lot of fun for them to kind of explain what they did. Builds a lot of vocabulary skills as well. Thank you very much.